today I want to show you an application and an extension that you can use with Chrome, the Chrome browser and your Chromebook. So the first thing you need to do is install it if you don't have it already. So I want you to go to the web store and you're going to type in SnagIt. You will see it comes up as an app and you need to download that one. Mine's already added, so that's why it says that, but you would hit free over here, that's what will come up. And then under the extensions, same thing as well. Once you've downloaded the extension for SnagIt and you're using your Chromebook and the Chrome browser, it will put it up here. You can see a little S. Okay, so it will put it right there. And the good thing is in Drive, if you go to your Drive, it creates a folder called TechSmith. That's the makers of SnagIt. So whenever you capture anything, it will automatically put it in this. These are some of my files that I've used SnagIt with. It will automatically put it into that folder. You don't even have to set the folder up. It does it automatically, and then everything you use SnagIt with will go into this folder. So let's look at some ways that we can use it. For instance, over here I went to Google and I'm searching for a map. Now I know sometimes you can get the link, but there are some times where you can't access the page or the link isn't good. So let's say you want to capture this. You would click on SnagIt and it'll bring up this little menu over here. And when you go off of it, sometimes it goes behind the screen, but it'll always come back. So right now we're going to be working with regions. So let's say now that you want to capture this particular map right here. You would go up to your SnagIt extension, click on it, and it'll bring up this menu. You want just a particular region, not the entire screen, so you're going to click on region. And you will see these crosshairs that appear that I'm moving around. Okay, so you would find the area you want. So you'd start at the corner, and I want this map. So you'd click and drag until you see in the bright spot what you want. When you let go, this is what comes up. You'll see the dotted line, and you can adjust if you need to. So I want a little more space here. Okay, maybe I want a little bit of space here. Okay. If you don't like it or you just want to start over, you'd hit the X. If you do like it, then you'd click the camera, and that'll take the picture of it. And now it puts you into this screen. So we want to name this, so let's call it US Map. Okay, and here are some options that you have while you are in this screen. You can annotate the part that you've clipped out. So let's say you want students to name the regions of the United States from colonial times and today. So I want to add an arrow, and if you use this little corner arrow, you'll see that that's where you get these options to change the color. There's not a whole lot of options, but there are a few. I'm going to keep it red for now. And I'm going to draw an arrow right here. And then I want to add some text because that's the Northeast region. And once you click out of the box, then you can move it around because it comes off there a little bit. Okay, and you can always adjust these areas. Okay, and as you can see over here is where you would get different colors and different size. Again, there's not a whole lot of options, but there are a few. You can also do squares and ellipses. So once you have the image you captured, it'll automatically put it into your drive. So here's my drive, okay, and if you go down to TechSmith, it's the maker of the company, that's the SnagIt folder that it creates for you. If you click on it, you'll see the US map. So you can double click and here it is, okay, with our annotations and everything. Okay, and then you can print it, share it, do all sorts of things with it that you may need students to do or just to view. So we're going to close this and we're going to go back to my drive and I'm going to show you another way to use SnagIt. A lot of times if you're on a web page, those are the types of things that you can't capture, so this is great for that. So let's say I put in information about butterflies and you want to cut out this box right here. So again, you would go to SnagIt, you would do the region, okay, and you would click and drag. Okay, once it's good, hit the camera, name your image, and you can also name it later if you need to. So the message at the bottom, syncing was complete. Okay, so once you're done, let's say you don't want to add any annotations, you can if you want. If you close it and you go back to your drive, to that TechSmith folder, and here's our butterfly. So let's say you want to see if you can capture the entire screen or a good section of the screen. So here I am back at Google, and I want to go to Images, and let's stick with butterflies. and let's say I would like the whole screen. Maybe I want to make some kind of collage, or so I would go up to SnagIt, and this time I would hit visible. So everything that is visible in the screen will be captured. Okay, so the one negative thing though sometimes is it'll have your tabs up here. Okay, so if you do want an entire screen, this is how you would do it. And you can always crop this out later or bring attention to maybe just one of them, putting a circle around this one to point out to students or for your project. Another feature is the scrolling feature. So if you want to take a picture of all of the butterfly pictures on this entire page, you click scrolling, it'll start to scroll, and it'll stop when it gets to the bottom. Okay, it's now done. So if you go back to SnagIt, takes a moment for it to come up because it's a lot of pictures. Again, you can name it. It's capturing sync capture, so it takes a little longer because it's a lot of pictures together. And it'll let you know when it's done. Down here it'll tell you complete. There it is, it's complete. Okay, you can name it butterflies. Okay, once you're done you can get out of it. Okay, you can go to your drive. Okay, it takes a minute for it to show up. We're already in the TechSmith folder. You need to give it a minute. And there it is, butterflies. And if you look at it, it's a long scroll. Okay, so you may want to use that for a project or just to have a lot of pictures of a certain item. And just to get out of that, it's already saved. And that's how you would use the scrolling feature. Now let's look at another feature that can be very handy is video. Okay, basically the only option is to record your screen. These are great for tutorials, so let's say you want to show students how to use something. Right now that I'm in Google Drive and I want to show them how to use the research tool. So if you click on the screen, okay, it starts recording. Okay, it says you want to do the entire screen. I want to share it. Okay, and now I'm recording. So let's say I want to show students how to use the research tool and they need to cite something they've used. So let's say according to, it tells you right here about this article. So I'm going to highlight, and again this is how I would be going step by step telling students. You would go to tools and research, okay, and once you paste it, it would come up. So let's say that is the article that they've used. Okay, you would hit cite, and it would cite it for them at the bottom of the page. So you could do this as a tutorial to teach students how to do certain things, or students can even use it to show you certain things, maybe certain math equations or something that they've learned. So videotaping your screen can be very useful, and remember it'll tape the entire screen. Once it's done taping, it's the same process as when it takes a picture. Okay, it'll sync, it'll tell you when it's done. You can name it. Let's just call this practice. Okay, and then again, when you hit the X, if you get out, it'll bring you to your drive. You go to the TechSmith folder. Takes a minute, and the video will show up. There it is, practice. So those are basically the features of SnagIt. When you're using it with Chrome, the best part about it is these extensions right here that it'll come up and very easy to use. Okay, there's a website also that has tutorials in case you're not sure of how to use it. Another screencasting application which works very well, an extension in Chrome, is Screencastify. Okay, it's something also found in the Chrome store. It's free, okay, and it will also put up here as an extension, making it very easy to use. If you just click on it, here's all your information. You start recording, and it records your screen. And that's those are two tools that you can use to help make tutorials and to record or just capture parts of your screen.